Hello everyone and welcome back to Free Talk episode 5. I'm joined by Connor. How you doing, Connor?
I'm good. I've been a bit more awake. I'm not gonna lie, but
But today we haven't got Lee with us because we've been trying to get hold of him, but we cannot get hold of him. So it's going to be you two OGs right here.
however, he
So
could drop in later.
yeah, you could surprise us with a return, but we don't know so far. So what we can maybe jump into, because this is quite an interesting subject, I think, that might get us talking for a little bit, is Adam
Yeah.
Johnson.
Can I just point out you missed like the greatest segue ever? Talking about returns, Chris Benoit.
Yeah, uh, that's for later in the show. But so, how much do you know about what's been going on?
I like to think I know more than the average person.
Mm. So, Adam Johnson, he's been finally sentenced. 6 years?
Well,
Is that
I'm
enough?
pretty sure on
Uh,
one cast. I don't know if the cast we went up. I said 6 years. Don't know which cast it was though.
I think it might have been two ago. I think. Because I think it was it me? Was it just me and you at the time? I'm not sure. But yeah, 6 years, too long, too short. What's your? You think that's fair or?
Um,
Because I mean, to be honest, like that girl's life, like is even though like has she been compensated? Is that a thing? Has
I
she?
don't think so. There was rumors that she was suing, like for compensation, but
Right.
God knows if that's a thing.
Yeah. Because I mean, 6 years. I mean, it's it seems about right, but I don't think he'll serve six.
He's
He'll.
allowed a 10% reduce in his sentence, so obviously 10% of 6 months.
Oh, so he's actually gonna have to do like
Five
a
now,
lot of
yes.
that. Oh well, that's good. Because normally they get out in about two or something.
I don't
If
know,
they're
that's an
good,
odd
and
one.
it's just one of them weird loopholes. So
It's an odd one.
yeah, it is an odd one. I mean, like, did you also see what's come out about the animal thing?
Yeah, was it in quotations extreme bestiality porn.
Like, what classifies as
Yeah,
extreme?
like, what's different than like knobbing a fucking cat?
I mean, it's like normal is it's just horrendous, right? What classifies as it like what is it? Are they like? Is they like? Are they going mental? Are they like fighting each other? And
Like
then like,
mutilation and that.
like I don't know. It's really weird.
That's scary,
Like
man.
he must be mentally challenged. He's had a lovely girlfriend, and he's like sort of into animals and underage girls. It's like what the hell's going on?
That's just absurd, mate. Extreme. I just want to know what.
I
I
know,
feel
like
like googling it, but I don't want to like have people know me.
I wonder if they're just saying that as like a clickbaity like YouTube video style.
Mm.
It's just like it's not really. It's just normal, but they're saying that because then it gets you like to click on the article and read the article.
Well, let's be
I don't
honest.
know.
At this point, I think there's been a few articles like this now saying he's in a certain kind of porn.
Mm. I mean, each to their own, but that's just disgusting.
Alright.
Like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand anything about that man. It baffles the mind, doesn't it?
I wish I could help you, but I can't.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just like I just I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
like
I'm trying not to be like like too
yeah.
foul mouthed, but
I'm saying like FIFA really wants to get out of the game, but they can't.
was that due to, like licensing and shit like that?
I think it's just because it's a database. Too many players, too many people in the world have them on normal teams, so they can't delete them. They said something like that. They basically just said it's going to be
But
impossible.
don't they own the ownership of him digitally though? Like, isn't it's EA's game? Like they make obviously they're using the licenses of real players, but
Yeah, for some reason they can't really like do delete a player from a database.
that is
What I'll
strange.
do
Like,
is I'll just make it so you can't pull them in a pack anymore.
yeah, that makes sense. Kind of like when like a player goes to another league and they're not in the game and you just can't get them anymore.
That would be the best thing to do. And like, obviously, I've still got an original, but
Yeah. Mm. But I mean, 6 years. I think is probably a decent sentence. I mean, let us know what you think in the comments.
Bearing in
If you think,
mind he was lined up to be getting the 10-year one.
right, what? So it got reduced from 10.
Yeah, well, because originally it was like he was told he's going to be expecting up to 10-year, or 10 to 11-year, and that's kind of
Oh,
half that. It's been halved already, so
yeah.
makes
Oh
it.
well. I think 10 might be a bit extreme, but I think 6 is about right.
Either way, he's moving
Especially.
on a free transfer to Durham.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that. The banter, like Twitter, just has like some of the best banter ever. Like
does.
just like it's like I'm not joking. Within probably like an hour of the set, like there was already like memes of him holding up like a prison shirt, like in the like cell and that. It's just like we're pleased to announce Johnson on a 6-year deal and that. It's just like hilarious. It's just like, but I suppose people are making light of what is a sort of an uncomfortable sort of subject, isn't it? Um, but I mean, you see it on the like the in the papers and that,
He
and
must be the first professional Premier League footballer for this to happen to.
I mean, I don't know. Like there was rumors a couple of years ago about apparently like Ribery and Benzema.
No, that one was different. That was a prostitute who, she was 16, but she was pretending to be 18. So that
Uh,
one was general, like, oh, don't know the ages,
so you're just gonna have to start like every time you meet someone in real life now, you're just gonna have to like constantly ask them for the birth certificate or something.
pretty much.
So you go out on a date. It's like, can I see your passport, your birth certificate? Like, it's gonna be like you're applying for like your passport, and you have to take like all your different kinds of ID and stuff. It's gonna be like some kind of like interrogation. Like, so when were you born? Like all your papers. It's. I just don't get like. Surely the bouncers at the nightclub should have known that she was underage.
How good looking's your mother? Oh, how's that applicable? Well,
Well, it helps.
helps down the line.
It really does. So, well, I've just got cut out on by some douche on ATS.
Well,
So we can talk about the derby since we're on about Adam Johnson as well, because obviously he was a
you
former
mean
Sunderland
the
player.
greatest derby in the world, the greatest derby ever of all time?
Yeah, a funny story. I couldn't really find a fantastic stream to watch it on, and I ended up watching it on CBS, Joe, the American one,
Yeah,
and trying to watch American presenters
I like
talk
him.
about the Premier League and talk about Sunderland and Newcastle was
Yeah, it
hilarious.
was funny though. For a while, I used to say the American commentators were better than ours because ours were just awful at the time, and when the
Yeah.
Americans ones out, they were really good.
So I think the American ones, like they take things like really seriously, and they overpronounce things like Darren Mattox and stuff like that. Like Mattox.
It's quite funny though. I find it hilarious. I don't know why.
God, everything's going to shit on ATS. See, everyone's just stopping in the middle of the road. What else going on? But like with the derby, I mean, actually thought it was a decent match.
It was. I was sad about it myself. I really thought we should have won that there.
Oh, we should have won. It's just typical Sunderland. We'll play really well. We'll score, and then we'll just give up on the game and just like concede.
Ever since Kershaw went off, man. Every time we take Kershaw off for John O'Shea, it goes to shit. He does such a good job in that midfield. He can't just.
It's like when O'Shea came on. I mean, it wasn't. I don't think this one was O'Shea's fault. It was obviously Yedlin at the back post.
I don't like people blaming Yedlin because why the hell is a 5'9" fullback marking the 6 foot odd target man? It's like you need someone like Cornier should have been on him, like someone big. That's his target to mark.
I reckon if someone was on Mitrovic when the ball got whipped in, we could have possibly won.
Aye.
I mean, credit to Newcastle. They showed some spirit in the second half, and they really started to get things together. I mean, they weren't great, but they were a hell of a lot better than the first half where we dominated them. I mean,
Though, we didn't just have one clear-cut chance. We had many clear-cut chances that first half.
Yeah. I mean, even in the second half, we had a few decent chances, but it's obviously just comes down to maybe relying too much on Defoe to like finish out chances. You know what I mean?
Brainy had a good. I can't.
What about
Rodwell for me had the best game of his career.
What What about Van Aanholt? His shot?
That
He
was a
could
good
score.
shot.
I mean, a great save from Rob Elliott, but like, yeah, Rodwell had a great header when Elliott had to push it over, and I thought, honestly, thought that was should have been a
It's
goal.
funny, I was actually relating to, at the time, I was relating Rodwell to Cruyff at the time because he kept doing those Cruyff turns. All he kept doing, I was like, ah!
Oh, since you mentioned Cruyff and talk about that he's passed away.
Yep.
Was it
69?
65?
60, late 60s, I think.
Yeah, it was mid 60s. So, I mean, another icon has
Legend.
passed away. Did he have? Am I right in thinking he had cancer?
Think so.
I think that's what I read somewhere on the internet. So, I mean, he was such a good player when you look back at all of his sort of like accomplishments. I mean, it's some achievement to win the Ballon d'Or 3 times. You know what I mean? I think it sort of gets a bit overlooked now because Messi sort of seems to win it every time. You know what I mean? Obviously, exception of last year when Ronaldo won it, but
Has it been announced this year yet?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Neymar's not in contention for that. I don't know.
I think he will be. I think it'll probably be sort of Ronaldo, Messi, and Neymar, or possibly even Suarez.
Well, let's be honest. The Barcelona front
You
three,
can't, you can't, you can't, you can't rule out Suarez.
they've had I think Suarez scored an insane amount of times this season.
He has. I mean, it would be hard not to score when you've got that incredible service around you. You know what I mean? When you've got like everyone who's so talented on the ball.
Bear in mind, he's played 55 games for Barcelona, scoring 42 times. So he's.
That's like some be a pro record, John. You just
It
like,
is, isn't it?
like unstoppable, and you just like get like a hat trick every game or something.
This season, he has played in the league 28 games with 26 goals.
Good lord.
Yeah, he's on
I mean,
fire.
that just shows a testament of how good he is, and maybe how weak some of the defenses are.
Maybe.
You know, but La Liga is a good league. I just feel like sometimes the defenses really sort of like leak way too many goals.
Not the league for me. Let's put it that way.
So, but going back to the derby, I feel like we really sort of let ourselves down again. Kind of like the Southampton match.
Oh yeah, that was a hard one to swallow.
We absolutely dominated, and we looked a much better team. But in the end, we conceded when we shouldn't concede. In the second half, I was like, they're gonna score, and I was like, please score early, so we have a chance to sort of come back and get another one.
They're
you know what I
the
mean?
worst kind of goals, last second goals, because it
No.
just takes all the style out.
83rd minute, I was just like absolutely destroyed.
I don't think it was 83rd. I think it was the 93rd.
No, it was the 83rd.
Because I was pretty sure it was like extra time went, and then.
No, it was the 83rd minute, I think. I'm pretty much 99% sure that it was on the 83rd minute. Because I was like watching the game through like me fingers at that point, because I was just like shitting myself, because I was like knowing what we were like after the Southampton match. I was just like, it's gonna happen.
Are you talking about the Southampton or Newcastle game?
No. Oh, the Newcastle
Oh,
game.
right. Yes.
Derby,
Because it was the Southampton one where they equalised in the late 90s. Newcastle equalised in the 81st, I think. So it's.
Yeah, but going back to the derby though, it's just like when I got to the 80th minute, I was just watching through my fingers. I was so nervous because like Newcastle were dominating us at that point. Like everything was Newcastle then, and I was like, they're gonna score, and I was just like so nervous, and then they ended up scoring. I was just like,
have a little speak about how much of a stupid manager Rafa Benitez is.
right.
Moussa Sissoko playing right back for one.
Well, Jack Colback at left back.
He took off 2 fullbacks for 2 centre-mids to play fullback. What's he doing?
I mean, why on earth was Colback at left back in the first place?
And how the hell was he even still on the pitch, for that matter?
Yeah, he was a dirty bastard in that match, like.
At least he's banned for like 2 games now.
Yeah. But yeah, like Sissoko, I'm pretty sure was like playing at left back at some point.
He got moved there when Dummett got took off.
And it's just like he must be drunk or something. These decisions don't make any sense.
And taking off your best player at half time, the one player who's caused threats all game, you take him off. It's like.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of. I mean, Sissoko's not a clinical player, but he just looks so dangerous when he's on the ball.
He thinks he's managing bloody like Real Madrid or Liverpool like, still, like bringing a half decent sub.
Mm. But I feel like we maybe should have made a few more subs.
I think we made the wrong sub. I think we should have just tried to let Kershaw last 90 minutes. He might have been struggling. I don't know, but
Yeah, because apparently,
his fitness
like
isn't
his fitness is a bit of a. But I mean,
I tried to sign him on Master League, so.
Master, oh, you've been playing some
Oh
pets.
yeah, I bought Pez. It was on offer on the Xbox store.
All right, which one? The newest one.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I think we say F the derby. Let's talk about Pez.
Yeah, I like it.
So you just go into like describe mode and just describe everything that you've been doing, who you started with.
I started as Master League as Sunderland, but I started as the classic Master League team, obviously.
Oh, you mean like Castolo and
Yeah.
everyone? Oh.
The legends.
Nice.
And then basically,
Castolo still got dreadlocks, I think.
yeah, the only player I could really sign was Odegaard because he was cheap for some reason. So I signed Odegaard.
Why did you start with the classic Pez thing for?
I don't know. I just thought it'd be more fun doing it that way.
Right. All right, fair enough.
But it's honestly, I'm finding it like really.
Have you renamed all the teams and?
Oh yeah.
I think can you download option files for Xbox One or not?
I think so, but one thing I've actually noticed about Pez, what I like about the game is it's got hundreds more animations, and it kind of makes the like you can make your manager look different.
Yeah,
Make him look really
you can
cool.
actually like on FIFA, like it says edit your manager. Your manager changes appearance every game. It doesn't make a difference, but on PES you sort of create them almost like a pro, don't you?
Oh yeah, it's
You
really
have,
good.
like glasses and stuff, and then also you have like an office.
The finances on it as well.
Yeah, like finances. You control the money. You get like sponsorships and
Get
stuff like that.
receipts, shirt sales.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's actually really good. The gameplay is
It's
not
so
too
good.
bad. It's not amazing, but it's like
Yeah.
playable.
That's always been the thing with PES. The gameplay has always been a bit like, so like, but like that was almost its charm back in the day. You know what I mean? Like its arcadiness. But now, since they've tried to make it like smoothie instead of like sort of that rough style that they had, the arcade style. I think it's almost like ruined it.
Because I also bought The Witcher on sale as well. It was like £17, believe it or not, for Game of the Year. I was like, I have to get it.
Good lord, you get like 16 pieces of DLC for free. I think one of them's like a beard pack. It's like yes.
See,
With
Square
beards.
Enix know what they're doing with the game. They know.
They should just do a Game of the Year beard edition, where you just get like thousands of beards to like put on your person.
But it's a good game, that. Quite hard, but good.
Yeah, I like. The thing is, right? I've started way too many games at the minute. Otherwise, I would get it.
Oh, mate, you already
Like-
talking to, right?
Yeah. Like you would laugh on the store. There's like an Easter sale on the. This is on the PS3, and I bought San Andres for like £6. This is like the PS3 version, so it's got like trophies in there. I'm running that Yakuza 5, Resident Evil 5, like all these different games at the same time. It's like I just need to like.
I'm
sort of-
running UFC 2, Tom Clancy's The Division.
Nice.
I'm running Witcher 3. No word of a lie, I'm running Pez. I'm running WWE 2K16. I'm running XCOM 2. I'm running
How's your-
ATS. I'm running ETS.
Yeah, I've got like I'm on a side note, like I'm really enjoying Yakuza 5. I don't think you've ever played any of the Yakuzas, have you?
Yeah, I play Yakuza's.
Have you?
Why?
Which
Long
one?
time ago. Probably Yakuza 2 or 3 when I last played it.
Well, the Yakuza 1 and 2 was on PS2.
Yeah, that's when I played them.
Alright. I've got them on PS2, but I just haven't been on them. So, but like I'm playing Yakuza 5, and I'm like trying to juggle all these things, because they're all like long games, which I've started. But like, I don't know. And also, have you ever heard of the mod pack Unabridged?
No, that sounds cool
Unabridged, Connor, it's got 260 something mods. and it's absolutely fantastic.
Quite an average number.
Um, like I was just saying to Ash, like imagine how much like RAM we would need on that to make it run like all right.
Oh, there's much bigger ones than that. There's one called I can't remember, but it's really bad for running, not even on single player.
All right. What's it on? Fitub or AT?
It might be in the AT launcher.
Mm. Yeah, but I've just been playing some single player that, and you can edit there's like this like awesome sky mod where it makes the sky look like amazing in that.
Yeah, I might have to have a go. That actually sounds quite interesting.
Yeah. To get it, you have to go like on the AT launcher and then click Add Pack, at the top left,
Ah, right, it's a manual one.
and then you type in unabridged. It comes up, and then don't install the texture pack Unity, because some of the blocks look a bit like, you know what I mean. But I've been trying to play some single player, and I've been enjoying that.
What is it? A quest mod or is it a
No,
quest mod pack?
it's just like a combination of everything you'd want, sort of tech, adventure,
Oh, so
magic.
alright, because I was under the impression it was like a hardcore questing mod pack where you like do
There's,
quests.
there's hardcore ender expansion in there.
Might have to give that one a go.
I don't know if there's the quest system you're talking about, Joe. Like I don't know if it's got HQM in it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's usually what they do.
Mm.
It's a manual pack.
It's
But
really good. Like, and if it's got a setting, Joe, how you have like biomes aplenty, Joe, when you're picking you like creating a world.
Yeah.
Do realistic alpha. Like, I'm gonna Snapchat you a picture later on of me map. It is fantastic, Connor.
nice.
Realistic alpha. It's like it's so much better than like the normal sort of terrain gen. Like everything just looks like it's like correct, if that makes sense. But it's like the biomes aplenty worlds as well. But yeah, that's really good. But going back onto pairs, like what sort of like have you made any signings or like who have you been?
Odegaard and I signed this Saudi hull midfielder on loan. Really, you don't get much money to start with, so that was like all I could wiggle.
Mm.
But like, to be honest, Odegaard, he's a quality player on
Is
that
this
anyway.
just a light on that game or is it unlicensed?
Some player teams are licensed. I think UV are licensed.
Right.
But for most, it's all unlicensed. Which for me, that was always the one thing that put it off Pez, because I just it was the idea of going in and having to fix everything myself. I was like, ugh.
It is a lot of work, yeah. Like I always used to get the memory cards off eBay with the option files on. Do it had added all the leagues and the kits and
Yeah.
that. It's just too much work, you know. But since we're talking about PES, maybe talk about FIFA as well. I've been on my Portsmouth career again, and I've been really enjoying. I've been playing really well. Like I'm kind of worried that I'm doing a little bit too well.
Well, I'm in the Premier League.
Yeah, I'm in the Premier League as well. I kind of feel like I'm doing too well on professional, but I don't want to move it up because then I'll just never score.
It's such a weird bridge.
I mean, it's like professional can be either too easy or just AIDSy, and then world class and legendary can either be like easy as well or just like the hardest thing you've ever experienced,
Oh yeah.
but for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? I wish there was just a difficulty just called dynamic, like where like there was just like different factors.
Actually,
Yeah.
I've got a segue. Well, it's not really a segue, but it's relatable. UFC 2, that game actually has a difficulty called dynamic, where it basically sees
Oh.
how you're playing and it kind of matches it.
Oh, that's cool. But I was talking about dynamic and the kind of thing like form,
Oh yeah.
stuff like overall has some sort of
What do you mean, kind
impact.
of like an FM engine, where there's actual stats and numbers?
Yeah, like I kind of feel like sometimes like your big players don't really do a lot on the harder difficulties. It's always like the players who you didn't think you would do well with. You know what I mean? Like your lower rated players. Like for instance, I signed Wilfred Boney for 10 million from Man City,
Nice little money.
and in like 8 games or something, he only scored 1 goal. Like he was absolutely terrible. Where Sean Akinde, one of my youth strikers, the big beast that he is, he's been on fire. Like he hasn't just stopped scoring. And I've got Frank Lampard's regen, who's a centre mid, but he's almost like a cam. like Frank Lampard used to be, and he's like my top goal scorer, I think.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It's like that's when you know your strikers aren't really doing too well when your centre mid's got the most goals. But I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I scored an absolute screamer against Bournemouth the other day. It was both of me wingers. You call him Michael Labadie, me left winger, whipped in a corner to Stephen Goodwin, me right winger, and he just scored like a bicycle kick across goal in like
Nice.
top corner. It's just like get in, you know what I mean? I've got some quality. I'll have to Snapchat you some of me players in that. So I've got some quality like players and stuff. I've got this centre back Connor who when I promoted him he had grey hair. I think he was like 18 or something, and he's got like a full head of grey hair.
That
Looks
happens in
hilarious.
FM new gens all the time.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Also, I've got two people who've got carrot top like ginger hair, where it's just like so orange. It's hilarious.
See, it's funny because on FM I've actually added a mod where it adds like loads of like cool hairstyles in new gens. So you can get like carabine hairstyles where it's got like beads in the hair and like or like could be like really like spiky red hair and stuff.
Nice. But oh man, I've got like, do you know how basically goalkeepers are overpowered on like 16?
Yeah.
Um, I've got two young Finnish goalkeepers. I'm currently using Joe Donnarumma, the AC Milan goalkeeper.
Oh yeah.
I'm currently using him, but I'm going to transfer list him and use me youth goalkeepers just to give them more of a chance because they're not really getting played apart from like cup matches. So I kind of just want to give them a chance instead of just like sort of like leaving them there to like not really do much. So, but yeah, one of them is an absolute god. I think he's going to get to at least 90 rated.
Damn.
I don't think he's as good as that one I showed you for Longford Town.
Oh yeah.
Joe who was like 88 rated at 18.
My Dundalk one as well. Me boy O'Keefe.
It's I don't think he's going to be like that godly, where he's just like ridiculously overall at like such a young age. But I think he's going to be a beast. Like, 'cause I mean it's weird. Like some games I'll be playing against the computer, and they'll give us a really tough match, but they just don't like test me goalkeeper. If that makes sense. It's like a really tough match instead of just like defending. You know what I mean? Like my goalkeeper's not really doing much, which kind of like worries us because I'm like I'll be winning a lot of matches that I'm not really losing. If that makes sense.
Never a good thing.
I mean, I don't want to lose, but like sometimes I think it would sort of like keep us interested in the career mode if I'm not like winning every match.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because that's what's killed off a lot of my career modes in the past, where say like I've done a road like a road to the Premier League sort of thing, and I've got to the Premier League, and then I've just been like winning like all the matches that I shouldn't be winning. You know what I mean? Away against some of these big teams. But I mean, I've been playing well, so it kind of like makes up for it. But like, I don't know. Do you not get like that?
All the time. I'm not really playing career modes at the moment because of it. I can't find the difficulty I like.
I mean, I don't really want to have to revert to like using like sliders to make them like them.
Oh, I'll never go there.
I won't make them more deadly and me less deadly because then I just won't play it.
I'm a really, really big believer in just don't touch the sliders. They're there for, like, they're set how they are for a reason.
Yeah, I think you've just got to keep them original to sort of get the true experience. I think if you like alter them in any way, it changes how they play. I think it might ruin the game. You know what I mean?
Easy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the Portsmouth career is going really well. I've got some fantastic players on my shortlist, and some people coming up through my youth academy. But I don't know if you get like this as well. But when you're looking through the like English talent, I don't feel like you get anyone who's amazing off the bat. You know what I mean? You can get them in like loads of other countries, but for some reason, England, they're more like long-term projects, which doesn't make any sense because like some countries that I'll send me scouts to, like Finland, like I'm getting people who are like already coming out as decent overall and are like solid out of the gate, but some of these English players are like it taking like a load of work. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And it's just like I want like a really solid like English player because obviously Portsmouth are an English team, and I've only got one scout now who's only out in England, just looking for anyone. Just because I want like a whole English team because I think that'd be quite interesting. But I took the USA job on because I've got a few decent United States players in my team, like youthies and
yeah.
that.
On a side note, I don't know if you've noticed, but Lee's in the Google Doc.
Yeah, and I saw the little thing pop up, and I was like,
Yeah, I thought it was you. I was like, eh.
no, no. Should we maybe like give him a message, see if he wants to hop in?
I think he's not in because when I rang him, he wasn't in.
But how's he on the thing though? Unless he's on his mobile.
He'll have Wi-Fi where he is.
Ah. But I saw we can since we're talking about games, we can probably just smoothly transfer into these next topics, which
Smooth
is
operator.
exactly you got to keep it smooth and 100% funky. You know what I mean? Apparently Sony are going to release PlayStation 4.5.
I'm just gonna leave the room.
So I'm basically going to try and explain things the best I can.
I'm gonna try and not be judgmental.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
So PlayStation 4.5. What is it, Anthony? Well, I'm going to tell you. So PlayStation 4.5 is basically an upgraded version of the PlayStation 4. Now you're thinking, well, why would they not just make a PlayStation 5 instead of like wasting time and money on this? Well, it's because the new VR's coming out. And now they've realised, holy shit, our consoles are really underpowered for VR because they want to do 4K for VR and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
You barely play 4K normal games. Fuck now.
Yeah. Right. Here's the thing: their VR doesn't natively do 1080 across HI, where the Oculus and others do.
Huh.
So I think they're going for basically like stability and performance. I think instead of like graphical fidelity.
I don't like. I think I've heard something about this, but I know Xbox is doing something similar where instead than what they want to bring out is just upgrades for the one, so you can like put a better like video card into it, like take the old one out, put a better one in, like kind of
Yeah.
like swappable parts.
One of the things which I wish that was a thing on was, pardon me, the PlayStation 3.
Oh, so you can get the performance up, so you can play
Yeah.
Fallout 3 now, fun again.
Yeah, it's like when you boot up the PS3, you just realize how underpowered it is. It constantly crashes on the web browser.
Yeah, but
It hasn't
on
gone.
last gen consoles, the 360 definitely got there.
Yeah, they had the RAM upgrade.
But however, PS4 have managed to
I know this might upset some people, but like about the console war,
I hate the whole
like
term.
I hate the thing itself. I just hate the whole idea.
I
But
don't
like,
know why people can't just have a
do you think
collective hobby.
would you say the PlayStation is leading this generation in terms of?
I would say it's a better gaming console, but I think
Mm.
the Xbox are better like with your friends and
What you mean,
family
like
time.
just connectivity sort of stuff?
Connectivity. I feel like they've nailed down like the apps kind of thing because like that
Like
whole
the
point of
Quest,
the Xbox,
or-
it was meant to be like a not just a gaming machine. It was also like a
All in one.
TV. Like it's everything. They've nailed it that way, but PS4 definitely has that extra power in the system.
So the 4.5 is basically, essentially, what we're gonna call it here on Free Talk is
Cash
basically
meal.
just the basic. It's just gonna be called VR machine.
Oh,
So that's what we're gonna call it. It's just the VR machine because that's all it's basically gonna be good for. Um, and I saw a lot of comments on the video that I watched where it was just like, I've just bought a PS4 recently, and then they're bringing out this, and it's like, well, your PS4 will still be useful because the PS4 4.5, I'd imagine that it's just going to be mostly for sort of like
bear in
really
mind
high-res
VR games. They're
VR.
not going to be full games. They're going to be like short games.
I would imagine there would be a few of them which are long. I don't think most of them will be. I think most of them will be like maybe
See,
5, 6 hours.
Peel's always pushing for this like VR game, and I honestly, I'm on the fence. I don't think it's gonna work.
I don't like the whole idea.
Yeah,
I
for
can't.
me,
I would you not get claustrophobic with something on your face like that?
it's more like I get in from work. I want to play a game. I want to sit down, chill, have a beer, play a game
Exactly.
of FIFA. I don't want to have to be doing like more running around, more like moving.
Would you say that gaming already you look like a bit of an idiot anyway?
Oh,
So it's like, why would I want something with a phone or whatever strapped in front of me face for?
in my room to start with, I don't exactly have a lot of room, so it's just not really practical. It's like
Yeah.
one of those things that seem like a good idea, but when you actually look at it, it's like,
Don't you need a big area anyway? Kind of like when the
probably.
Kinect first came out. You had to have like so many square feet. Imagine trying to do VR in your room. You can't swing a cat in it. So
I know.
it's like you. How would that even work? You know? Have you ever saw the? It was a GIF on Reddit where some guy was trying to go through like an elevator shaft. Do you know where like you climb through the top one on like the American style ones?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he was just pushing his face up against the carpet on the floor, like he was trying to go through the floor and that. It's like, you look like a douche. Like, how is that like fun in any way? And plus, I would imagine that thing is just gonna make you vomit and just have bad headaches.
One thing I've noticed lately, all the major producers of adult entertainment are really pushing for it as well.
Yeah, that would probably be a good reason to buy it. Just
I
that.
would be. I tell
I
you
mean,
what,
if it makes the experience any better, then it's like, well,
I wouldn't be opposed to giving it a go.
yeah.
Thing is though, imagine like if you somehow managed to like you got the VR bit. Imagine if you somehow managed to make a toy that kind of syncs up with the video.
Well, as weird as this sounds, I think there's actually something in works where like it's like uses like a shaft and like these rotors that like push the toy on it.
Yeah.
Like so it simulates like you actually like doing it almost like you're like a flashlight sort of thing.
See, that seems like a practical idea. It doesn't seem overly ambitious.
Have you noticed how like that whole the porn industry is like way ahead of anything?
Yeah, they go straight on 4K.
4K, like sort of VR. It's like
I was actually reading, apparently like the actresses hate 4K because they actually have to try and look attractive because it's
oh
like
yeah.
good quality.
It's like, can you remember back in the day when like you would like boot it up and like you would be like 360p or whatever, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, it looks amazing. You put on HD, you can see about 40 wrinkles on her face and that.
Yeah, it was always funny.
It is hilarious. It's like, well, it's like, can you remember when all the TVs went to HD from standard depth?
Yeah.
And just like people just looked so different.
On the side note, I don't know what pisses me off. When people get like smart TVs and they're watching Freeview and they're still watching the standard definition BBC and ITV, it's like all you have to do is type in 101 and you get HD BBC.
I'm wanting to get a smart TV. I saw one on Amazon. It's like 4K as well. Like I think it's curved. I was like, I need to get on that hype.
They are great TVs.
Because what I've got, like, have I told you how retarded the logic is on this TV?
Probably. Is it the one that turns off because of
Yeah, it's
energy
like
saving?
you turn off energy saving, and then it blabs on about energy saving. It's like I turned you off. Like I want to waste energy, so don't come up with like this bullshit like telling us to, like turn me TV off and that.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? It's like you if you turn energy saving off, the TV should just be like, right, you turn energy saving off. Don't do that. You know, just like don't message them saying that your TV is going to turn off. 'Cause it's like you would laugh. I'd be like watching a really intense like cutscene on a game or a film or something, and then all of a sudden like and TV turning off in 5 minutes pops up and it just like breaks the like immersion sort of thing.
Yeah, it happens to me. It's like when I was downstairs, I was watching like a few games, football games. It was like I had watched the early game, the 3 o'clock game, and the late game all in one sitting.
Right.
And because I had bets on. Side note, I won 70 quid last week.
Well, not too shabby, Alonso.
And then TV popped up. I was like, "Oh, you still there?" I'm like, "What, do you think I'm dead or something?"
Yeah, it's like I imagine most people watching the TV would be like slouched and like you would think that they would be dead.
I was like lying like like a Greek god watching football with a beer in my hand.
We're gonna say Zeus there.
Yeah.
Like they also like a zoo. It's like how would you lie like a zoo?
Yeah, it was amazing though. It was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah. Did you bet on the derby or not?
Yes, I did.
What did you bet?
Well, I put 5 accumulators on, so I put every different result on, but the result, obviously, the result I got was the draw, so.
Yeah. That's hilarious how you can put on every kind of thing. It kind of ruins the point of like
Oh no,
sort of
it's not
getting
really, because
lucky
it's
and
like,
stuff.
for every bet I do, I choose 4 teams, and I did that 5 times, so I had three outcomes of every
But I
team.
suppose it's kind of putting on the lottery 5 times, isn't it?
A little bit, because you still have to make like 4 individual guesses for each game.
Yeah. Oh well. But what were we talking about? We talking about porn, weren't we? So it's like the VR thing. Like I'm pretty sure there's this like weird contraption you stick on it, and it like pushes this like circular thing on your dick to
So you can play
simulate
the
like
game forever.
it's like it's like that's someone's job. That's someone's job to like figure out like how much pressure they need to do to make it simulate like a vagina and stuff like that.
I think that's right. I know.
What the hell?
There's quite a few things where I'm like, oh, that's someone's job.
Yeah.
That's like
It's
one
like, how
of them.
hilarious would that be if you were playing a game and like it was like please insert your penis into the machine. It's like you have sex with like the main character or something
I
like that.
suppose it's like any YouTube career as well. Like that's someone's job. They're
Yeah.
getting paid very well for it.
Yeah, it's like when you watch the podcast and they're getting paid to like sit there like the Root Steve podcast.
Yeah.
Like they're sitting there drinking beers, having a good time and just sort of chilling out and stuff and like they're getting paid for that. It's like amazing. It's like that can happen. But it's just like it's weird like VR, like I don't think I'll ever have one. Simply because I just don't see the appeal
Hmm.
personally. I don't think I would use it.
Bear in mind, I get a headache wearing a headset.
Oh yeah, I get that as well. Like, do you know if you have your headset on too long, and
Yeah.
like you get that your ears start to like ache and that. Yeah. Oh man. But like VR for you, yes, no. What's the? Do you think you'll ever?
Um,
Or are you gonna sort of be stubborn with me?
from a gaming sense, I'm being stubborn.
Yay! We need to.
I feel like VR maybe could go good in YouTube or like, because with this new like 360 camera thing, I think it could really work well with each other.
Mm. Imagine 360 camera, but with porn.
That would be interesting.
Do you know what they should do now? Every idea that comes out, just try it with porn, see if it works. That's what you've got to do. Like any new technology that comes out, you know, try it with sort of porn, see if it works. That's when you know you've got a winner. You know what I mean? But like going back to the PlayStation thing, do you think this is a smart idea or a bad idea?
Bad idea.
Because I think it's just going to create a huge load of confusion. Because you remember back in the day when you'd ask your mum to like, you'd be at school and you'd be like, oh, a new game's coming out today. Can you go and get it? And you'd like write the name down on a piece of paper for
Yeah.
us. Or you would tell her, like, look, I get this for this version. And then like she'd be like, you what? What's this sort of thing? And you'd have to like tell her and that.
Yeah.
It's like you know people's mums who don't know anything about games or technology.
Oh yeah.
They know they're going to get it mixed up and they're going to end up buying the son or the daughter
A new headset.
bog standard version of the PlayStation 4 instead of the PlayStation 4.5 that they were wanting, or vice versa. You know what I
Can
mean?
you imagine the price of that being ludicrous as well?
Well, the thing is, I think there was a rumor. Now this is just a rumor, like Fleetwood Mac. I think it's going to be about $400.
Ooh.
So it's going to be a little bit more expensive than the regular one, which is obviously understandable because they're putting in slightly better like components. But that just makes you think like I don't know, like did you not put them better components in the console in the first place?
There's a interesting thought.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all like I kind of like the idea of like just having like with consoles just having like one thing in it and not being able to sort of like change it. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, okay.
You get the performance out of the parts because it's sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for, Connor? What you call it when the parts are like made for the thing?
What do you mean, like?
Not integrated. What's the word I'm looking for?
I think
Because you know how they'll test loads of things, and it's like Fuck. If anyone knows the word I'm looking for, let us know in the comment. I kind of think of the fucking word. Not sure what it's called, but it's like when basically the console will have like they'll put all the different like bits of like gear in like the RAM, the CPU, the GPU, that sort of stuff.
I mean, like unique.
I don't think unique. I think like sort of like almost like integrated sort of thing. You know what I mean? Do you know how like yeah?
Well, laptops have integrated stuff.
Do you know how they're all like they're all designed around like to run better? I think. I'm not sure. I sound like a fucking idiot at the minute, but like I just generally can't remember.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like get onto your wavelength.
Because it's like the like to get the performance right and to do something with it. I can't remember the word. It's really bugging us now. I think you told us the word originally.
Benchmark? Oh.
No, not benchmark. I think it's like when you've got like, because I think we were talking about the Minecraft on the consoles, how they did something to make it so like the performance.
Oh, draw
like,
distance and stuff.
No, not draw distance, but I'm talking about like just general sort of like. We'll leave because this is annoying. I kind of think of the word.
I'm trying to think Minecraft what they did in 360 there.
No,
oh, you mean how the limited world gen, that kind of thing?
No, but I'm just talking about like general sort of like hardware thing where they would pick things that would.
You mean like the way things would render?
No, I think it's more like sort of like, do you know how the games run better on certain gear? They would sort of like pick the best sort of gear that would run it at like.
You mean like when something's good, the designer on that, and then they port it to the rest?
Yeah, almost like it was like designed on that sort of thing. They'd be like, right, well, what does this sort of need, sort of thing, and.
Yeah, then it's like the 2K game. I think that was just ported straight from one of the console games. To the
Should I talk about 2K16 or?
Yeah, sure.
Because I've been playing a little bit more on it, and I'm starting to run into a bit of a frustration with it, and that's when you're in the race for the mid card titles like the United States and the Intercontinental. I'm on
that bugs me so much that Intercontinental's not a mid card title.
Yeah.
That used to be so prestigious.
It was a really prestigious belt. And the thing is as well, it really bugs us how I'm on a huge win streak, yet I'm not #1 contender. Like, I've beaten the previous champ, and I've beaten all these people. How am I not #1 contender?
I suppose that happens all the time in the WWE, though. Look at Rusev, didn't he go like loads of games, matches unbeaten, but he was just fighting jobbers.
Yeah, but he ended up winning the belt though, didn't he?
Well, eventually he did.
Like, so far I've won the NXT in the United States.
I haven't even won the NXT.
Basically, what I'm doing is to get in the Hall of Fame, you have to win.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
you have to win one of every title.
What's that term called in pro wrestling?
Oh God, I know it, but like it's just my brain's just like.
I'm trying to think because there was someone I was watching something on the network and they did it. I think people who've done it's like Rock, Edge, I think.
Does it begin with an S?
I think so. I think Rock and Edge is two wrestlers that's done it before.
Grand Slam.
Yeah, Triple H. I think he's also done it.
Grand Slam winners, where they've won all the belts or something like that.
I think Triple H has also won it.
Yeah. I think that's the term.
Yeah, I think it is. The master of burying himself.
But like with the 2K thing, like I'm just stuck in this weird phase where I'm not like really in a rivalry with anyone.
And the rivalries you do get in is like the most fake rivalries ever.
Yeah, it's like I was in a rivalry with Bad News Barrett. As soon as the rivalry finished, Bad News Barrett came down on the stage and attacked us and tried to start a new rivalry. It's like, no, I've just been in a rivalry with you. I'm just like versing Bad News Barrett randomly. I versed him like twice in 1 week on Raw and SmackDown.
Another thing about game, I feel like the Renee Young interviews are so robotic.
Oh, they really are. I can tell what she's gonna say based on what I've done.
Yeah, I take away because I'm like sitting there like, oh, she's kind of hot on this game. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like a weird hot, isn't it?
Isn't it? It's like really confusing.
Yeah. I mean, she looks alright, but like.
Dean Ambrose ain't complaining.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious if you could like hit on her and like you get in a rivalry with Dean Ambrose
Nope.
and like you fight over her like
What?
she's in the briefcase.
What?
You do like a TLC match and that.
I love TLC matches. I feel like they just
Yeah.
aren't as good as they were. Best TLC match ever is the
Oh,
TLC
speaking
2.
of TLC, Joe, on speaking of my career, yeah, Joe, how we were talking about TLC there.
Mm.
The last pay per view I did was TLC. So I was telling you I was versus some like Wade Barrett and shit lad. I just fought Tyson Kidd in a random TLC match.
I'm going to lay down the line here with the WWE. Bring some prestige to that match back. Like, WrestleMania 17 was like the greatest TLC match ever. It was like the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian.
They were the best matches. Like
Exactly, they were so good. Now it's like, you hear about a TLC, like, cool. It's like, you're just not bothered. It's like Hell in a Cell, it's like, cool. Like,
it's like WrestleMania, Undertaker, like Shane McMahon, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, no, remember like
I'm allowed to go on the top.
Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar at No Mercy 2002.
That was great.
That was a brutal match.
It's not 2003, or was it 2002?
No, 2002, because it was one with Kane's face on the front.
Oh, right. But like, with them not being able to go on the top anymore, I just like it's just like a cage
Is that an
match.
actual ban now that they can't go on the top?
I don't know. No one's ever done it, so I assume someone in the back.
See, that's what I was wondering.
Just health and safety
I
or
was
something.
online the other day and I found like some paperwork. It was like kind of contractual details for announcers and what the can't say.
What they're not allowed to say, like they're not allowed to like
That
sort
was
of
kinda nuts.
certain moves and that.
Yeah, they're not allowed to like slag each other off. Basically, like have banter, like insult each other. Really.
That would be hilarious.
I'm
Like,
trying to think of one of the moves they're not allowed to say now. Like I think it's a.
isn't the Michinoku driver or something?
I think so. I don't know why you can't say that.
So it's hilarious. It's like I was looking on the paper. I was like, where the hell's anything about like Benoit on there? Like, I wonder if there's anything like hidden, or like CM Punk.
But,
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
I remember watching the Stone Cold podcast on the WWE Network, and he even like mentions like names like that, and he has to like look away and double check to see if he's allowed to say it.
Oh, you mean the time when he was like talking about like?
I think he was with Trips. I think.
Oh yeah, when they were talking about like, I think they were talking about old like some of these wrestlers like Eddie Guerrero and like people like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, say it, and he like didn't say it. And I was like, God damn it!
I was watching a What Culture video the other day. It was Adam. He was talking to Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle was talking about Benoit. I was like, yes.
Oh yeah, when he was interviewing him,
Yeah.
talking about like how him and like Kurt's matches were like amazing, and they were. It's like
WrestleMania 17 was a good match.
There was very few feuds Benoit had where they were shit. Like he could make someone look like $1 million, like by having a legit like wrestling match with them.
Mm.
You know, like Kurt Angle, like RVD, all of them sort of people. You know what I mean? Like I think it was SummerSlam 2003, Chris RVD, Intercontinental title. Like that was a great match. Yeah, I just miss SmackDown being good.
Yeah, remember the Iron Man match? Between,
Oh, that was one of the best matches on SmackDown ever. That.
What was it? It was Brock Lesnar and
It was Kurt Right Angle and Brock Lesnar.
Yes, that was it.
And it was an hour long Iron Man match.
Brock Lesnar angry. Brock Lesnar won't win.
Brock Lesnar break things.
Brock Lesnar break.
And oh man, what we should do sometime is like we should do almost like do like a let's what I can't what let's watch. God, we need a how do words good for this podcast.
Yeah.
Just we'll shout Hembo up and be like, can you do a compilation, bruh? But like what was this? Let's watch. We need to do a let's watch where me and you pick like random classic matches and commentate over them.
Yeah.
Like just remove the audio so obviously we don't get copyrighted, and just sort of like chat on them and just talk about them.
Yeah,
and
that was kind of the reason I got the network for, so I could just watch random stuff and well, it was mainly watch this year's WrestleMania live.
Yeah.
Good, like well.
God.
So
You'll have to Snapchat your boy when you do that, because obviously I'll be watching it on like my iPad in like the next morning or something. But have you been keeping up with your Toll Divas?
No, I did. I caught up with this season, and then like 1 week it wasn't on, so then I just forgot about it, and I've just remembered it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've probably got like 2 episodes to watch.
The latest episode really bugged us.
I know Paige's mum was in it lately.
I think that was about an episode or so ago. That's what really bugged us because they were like, one of Paige's fans was like wanting to come out and tell his parents and that, and like it was like almost half the episode. I'm like, I just
I've
didn't.
noticed that show gets a lot of shit as well. I've noticed as well from fans.
Apparently, a lot of the viewership has been down.
I don't know how I enjoy it.
Maybe they might start like putting more like risque content on, which would be good. But
I don't. They've shuffled the like the lineup around because I remember
I
first
don't
season.
like that Mandy Rose. She's like got the personality of a plank of wood.
Oh yeah, the
You know what
first
I mean?
season I thought was like way more like because everyone was like fucking toxic
Well,
in the first season.
because it was like new as well, wasn't it? At the time.
Yeah, and there
I
was
think-
I think Naomi was in it. Well, both of them, I think, the pterodactyl twins or whatever they're called, the back then.
Are you still there?
Oh crap! What's happening?
I think we're having technical difficulties.
Whoa! Like I said,
You
the funkadactyls, they were on it back then.
Yeah. I think they just need more Davies with a bit more personality to them. I think some of them are just boring as fuck. They live like boring like lives. Like that Rosa Mendez, like it's so boring watching her segments.
I don't. The thing is, right? It is, but then she's like a really attractive Hispanic woman, and I'm like,
I don't think so. No, she looks a bit like Fiona out of Shrek.
she kind of looks like she's went through plastic surgery, but she's still got a banging body, and I'm like, damn.
Mm. But that Alicia Fox gets on my tits.
Yeah, I love all the jokes around her, just all about her wrestling talent. It's hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, there needs to be more drama. Like, can you remember the whole like Dolph Ziggler thing? That was
Hey,
great.
I've got an idea to pitch to the WWE. Why don't you get your most talented diva, Natalia, and maybe make her a champion? It might make it credible instead of fucking Nikki Bella or whoever it is now. No, Charlotte, isn't it?
Not Charlotte, no.
Actually, I don't mind Charlotte, to be honest. As a
But
talent.
she's almost like a young Natalia.
That's what I'm saying though. But it's like
Oh,
Natalia is like easily
More
by a country mile the most talented diva in that division.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I just hate how everyone like jumps on the sort of Paige bandwagon. You know what I mean?
She's
I
got,
don't even
like Paige is
Paige.
young, but she's got like experience since she was like 10 in the wrestling game.
I would honestly say I've went off Paige. I still think she's a good looking lass now, but I just
I
don't.
think she's been booked wrong completely.
I just don't like her character or her whole shtick. They're just boring. It's like, oh, crazy bitch.
Well, it's been done too many times. Good. Like AJ Lee, she did a great crazy. Mickey James, that was probably one of the best ones.
Yeah. You remember the whole lesbian stalker angle?
Yeah. That was when like the David it was weird because the
That,
Davids were.
that division then was shit.
Thing is,
Yeah.
right, it was shit though.
Shit,
The only thing about them though, they were just they were like, really sexually explicit for like, but the matches were good. Like Lita versus Trish Stratus, that shit was good, man.
Yeah, but that was about it though. Like,
Yeah,
there
then
was,
Lita would get put
only
through a
maybe,
table.
like, there was maybe like Victoria and a few people, but they were just like average as shit. Like
Lita would get put through a table by bloody like
the Dudley Boy.
Rhino or something.
Can you remember when like the Dudley Boys like used to put like everyone through tables and that?
Yeah, it was great.
They used to do like the powerbomb off the top rope, or when they like powerbombed Mae Young off the stage through a table and that.
Yeah. It was great.
Like we need that sort of shit back. But speaking of the Dudley Boys, like how shit has their return been?
I don't know. I know there's been talk about maybe the Hardys return, but I can't see it happening with Jeff and his
His
and
drugs addiction, yeah. Did you watch the latest 10 things WWE want you to forget? I know.
Yeah. Which
Jeff.
About Jeff, yeah.
Yeah. But I can remember watching that on TV, the TNA pay-per-view at the time. Because I think it was on like Dave or
You know what
something.
annoys me about wrestling fans though? They're like, oh, I don't like Jeff Hardy because of all the things he's done, but then they like people like Stone Cold. That's like
He's basically like an alcoholic.
alcoholic beats his wife, and he got away with it.
It's like, yeah. It is kind of funny how people overlook.
That's why I like to take the politics from
I
behind.
mean, I love Jeff Hardy, but like Jeff Hardy from like the 90s.
That's what I'm saying. What I do is I just take the politics behind the wrestlers and throw it away. I watch it as a product when I'm watching it, so like I can enjoy the characters more.
Yeah, part of his wish is like I would do that a lot more, but like I don't know, like
You ruin it for yourself if you don't.
I really do. Like I've ruined way too much wrestling by
And reading Dark Shades, that also ruins it.
dirt sheets. You mean?
Still ruins it.
I mean, the thing is, I go on PW Picks, which is like a wrestling news site, and I'll like read news, and it'll be like, oh, so and so due to return. I'm like, oh, fuck, well, I've seen it now. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell me brain to forget it and then be surprised. It just doesn't work like that, does it?
That's why I don't like read like reviews on new movies that come out. I'll just go in blind.
Or have you seen the birth of a new meme
Which
in
one is it?
Sad Affleck?
No.
Um, there was a reporter. Do you know how they do them like really awkward like interviews with like them on that like about talking about the films and stuff like that? So
I've
there was
just found it.
what's the name of the other bloke
What and what?
who's doing Superman?
Batman vs Superman, right? Isn't it? Affleck and the original Superman.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, but Sad Affleck has been born.
Is it like
After,
a black and white picture? Like a
I don't know, but like I just saw it and I was just laughing. I was
Is it
just
like a black and white picture of Batman looking down in the
no,
mirror?
no, it's Ben Affleck's face looking down because like they were talking about like the negative reviews of Batman versus Superman,
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
and
I've heard about I've just heard it. I'm actually going to see that movie tonight. Funny enough.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh.
I just got a call like literally before the start of the cast. I got a call from my mate. He's like, "Oh, I'm taking my little brother. Want to go?" I was like, "Oh, sure, why not?" So I was like, "All right," but I've heard it's getting bad, like reviews. So let's see how.
Well, I think part of the reviews might just be because it's like
It's,
they didn't want them to go there in the
yeah,
first
it's
place.
basically like it's basically like putting Stone Cold versus like John Cena together, like two of the best baby faces the company's ever seen.
Yeah, it's just like Batman is something that should be left by itself.
Oh yeah,
Same with Superman. Don't merge sort of
it's
superhero
just
universe.
Superman as it is. It's just an awful character. It's basically John Cena, a
It
character
is
that cannot lose.
John Cena. Like, oh, you could shoot us and blow me head off, and I would still kick out at
The way
two.
I think it, Batman's like kind of Daniel Bryan. Like he can be beaten, but he's a very good in ring. He's a very good like worker.
Yeah, he will German suplex
He
you.
will German suplex you, but it's like then you get like Superman, who's just John Cena. He doesn't lose. Like he's got no weaknesses, pretty much. Know what I
like,
mean? He's
like I kind of like the superheroes or like the sort of all that sort of shit when they look like they can be beaten.
yeah, like Iron Man. It's
It's
like just a bloke
almost like
in a
normal people.
yeah. It's like Iron Man, bloke in a rich suit, but he can't die. Know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really the biggest sort of comic fan in terms of like
I
all the
used to be.
stuff, but like I'll watch one. I watched one of the. I watched the first Avengers.
The second one's really good, and I would also advise you to watch the Amazing Spider-Mans. They're also good.
I've seen a few of the old Spider-Man films.
Yeah, the Tobey Maguire ones. But no, the new ones are actually really good as well, believe it or not. And it's got Emma Stone in, so that's always a plus.
Yeah. What was the name of the? Was it Kirsten Dunst?
Yes.
The
Oh, yes.
the original ones.
My childhood, that's some like childhood memories there, man.
Yeah. God, I haven't watched this Spider-Man film in ages.
I went to watch it the other day on Now TV, and I fell asleep.
Is that just due to fatigue, or was
Yeah,
that?
that was me being up like 24 hours, so.
Yeah, that's never a good thing to be honest.
I kind of get my sleeping pattern back, honestly. I've tried. I finished work on the Thursday.
Right.
Thursday to Friday, I had like a normal-ish sleep. Then I just couldn't. I kept trying to like turn back to a normal sleep, but I just couldn't.
Mm. Well, what are you doing before you get to sleep?
Well, just
Like, are you like watching like like on your computer and then you turn off and go to sleep, or you like
I've tried both.
music, or like
Let's
'cause
let's just say I've tried loads of methods.
yeah. Have you ever tried the old bullshit like Mother's Tale? That's like if you like go out during the day, you'll sleep better at night, sort of thing.
That's just an excuse to get your kids out the house.
Yeah, it really is. Like I remember going on a 5 mile walk before I went to bed. Absolutely like
Yeah, I
exhausted.
kind of because then you're fucking sweating your tits off. You stink. You're like, oh nah.
It was like I got back in at like 8 o'clock or whatever.
You're too hot. It's like fuck me, man.
I got showered and sort of already and that. Didn't help me sleep in any bit. I was like, it's a load of
Yeah,
bullshit.
for a while, I used to read before I went to bed. I would read like half an hour, 20 minutes.
Wouldn't that make your brain active though?
I don't know. I was just trying it because usually I watch it.
It seems to be active.
Usually I
Like,
watch a TV show. Like I'll just watch like a little TV show or something on the network to fall asleep to, which normally works. But
Yeah. See, it's trying to. It's like it's almost weird. It's like, I always compare it to like, Joe, when you try to shut your computer down, and like your computer's just not responding. Like none of the apps are shutting down properly and that.
Oh, well, that happens all the time on my PC now. It's doing me head in.
That's what it's like. It's like your computer's trying to shut off, but one of the apps that's come up is Brain, and like your brain's just like randomly thinking of shit that's like keeping it up, and because you're thinking of why your brain's keeping it up, you're keeping it up even longer.
Oh yeah.
It's like, and plus it's not really good to like take like tablets or medicine to make you go to sleep,
Oh no, I'm a big.
because then you get reliant upon it.
I'm a bit. Look what happened to Heath Ledger.
Yeah, but I mean, like having no sleep, it just you start going a bit crazy. Just like my like attention span is like proper decrease since I've had no
It's
sleep.
annoying though, because when I was younger, I was never the person who struggled to go to sleep. But
I,
it's
I,
like,
could, I could sleep at the drop of a dime. Like just like easy as
now
that.
it's like I'm struggling. Look at this
Yeah.
best cast ever. Talking about getting older and not being
Oh,
able to sleep.
that's because it's happening. Oh, by the way, since we're talking about getting older, are you still free on the 16th for some bevs?
I'm not sure yet because I have been tipped. I've heard through the grapevine I may be in Wales, Teesside, or York. They're like me three
Three possible.
possible areas. Which the one I want to go to is probably York because the one in Teesside's a bit funny.
Right.
And then the one
What, like rough or like what? Or just
rough and
just out there or something?
the job itself. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to get into it really because it's quite controversial, but
It's quite controversial.
it is.
Is it to do with religion
Uh,
or
No.
politics?
yes,
Oh God, let's not go there then.
exactly.
I was like, when I was coming up with topics, I was like, I know what topics we're not fucking talking about, and like all the recent sort of stuff.
I'll tell you after the cast.
Yeah, I was like, there's no fucking chance in hell, like no chance. So that's what you got. That we're talking about that sort of stuff.
No,
Yeah.
I'm on FM doing me like simming a few games ahead, and
Yeah.
basically I got a news article saying England call up unlikely for Johnson.
Yeah, it is unlikely because he's in jail. Oh, so you'd love it, right? John, you get in a taxi, and like you try to scope out what you can sort of have a small chat about. I got on with the taxi last night because we went out drinking,
If he's wearing a football shirt, you're like, oh,
and
yeah.
well, he wasn't wearing a football shirt, so I was just cracking up, and I was like, oh yeah, watching the England match tomorrow. And we just started like chatting shit about like the Euros and the England match and that. It's like, why does it always go to football when you're in a taxi?
I don't know. I like it.
It goes. I know it's good, but it's like, why does it go straight to football? Like that's like the thing. It's either that or like the weather that you feel like you can talk to strangers like easily about.
Most oddest conversation I've had with a taxi driver was probably about naval submarines.
Right, explain.
He's just because at the time there was something in about like, oh, the navy was that they're basically promoting too many people to like admirals, but they don't have there's basically like 15 submarines in the whole fleet, so there's like hundreds and hundreds of admirals.
What, so you can only have one admiral on a submarine.
No, but it's basically
Say like the captain.
yeah, it's basically like saying there's 5 planes, but yet we have 500 pilots.
Yeah.
It's
Well, just think of all them the people that have joined up through that fucking annoying Spotify advert. Fucking hell, me name's Sarah. Joined the
If
fucking.
anything, that would like completely have the opposite effect.
Yeah, that like put me off so much. I just hate them.
See, I've actually cancelled my premium, and the money I was paying for premium, I'm now paying for the network.
Oh, you cancelled your premium?
I wasn't using it enough to warrant like the money
Really?
coming out. Like I was seeing it come out, and I was like, ah, I still
Yeah.
listen to it, but I don't like I don't listen to it.
Well, I listen to it like every day, so I feel like that's worth it.
I listen to me Apple Music though, because when I'm out and about now, the app's too bad. If the app was a good app, I would still use it. But it's
What you
not.
mean, the Spotify app?
Yeah, it drains
Oh,
the battery.
Spotify app is shit.
Exactly.
Like you click right on a song and it takes like 2 minutes to like deflect it over. Like you
Drains the
said,
battery,
it
it's
drains the
laggy.
battery like shit.
So like when I'm driving about and that, I have to use Apple Music, which I like Apple Music to be honest, because it's got every artist on. Like there, obviously Spotify, the Beatles have only just come.
Yeah.
Well, that's happened because basically the way the Beatles is, their whole like their whole songs just got messed up basically. But there's loads of artists
How
on
did
there.
they get messed up?
It's licensing. I think it was fucked up
What,
basically.
did some of the licensing expire or something
No,
like
I think Paul McCartney sold the licensing to someone, and then that someone didn't really do anything with it.
that? Right.
I don't know the ins and outs, but that was basically the whole thing. Like the whole.
Mm. Yeah. I know, like if I use Netflix as much as I use Spotify, I would still have it.
Oh, I hate Netflix.
Like I don't.
I hate that everyone's saying, "Oh, it's so good." It's not good. It's really bad.
I honestly just ended up watching SpongeBob on it. That's when you know something's weird, when you just end up watching like cartoons on it instead of like actual.
I like at the minute I'm watching Now TV because you get access to Sky channels, which is quite good, and I can watch
Right.
me live football. So it's
Yeah. I think if I get a job in the future, I think I'm definitely gonna get that Amazon Prime.
yeah, I'm looking into getting that. It's like 80 quid though.
It's 80 quid a year. And like some of the stuff, I wish you could just like sort of say I don't want that, and just have like
Next day delivery though, that's
the
awesome.
films and the delivery. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's well
I,
paid
I
one.
don't really order enough things to like really warrant 1 day delivery sort of thing, but
I don't know. I think you have lately. Just think about it. Because
well, I don't know. The last thing I ordered was like early March.
nah, like your new mouse, keyboard, and all that. Think about it though, because like
I'm kind of almost done now. I just need a computer chair, and then I'm sorted.
I'm just after me a laptop at the minute, really.
Yeah. Also, should we maybe talk about potentially getting a gaming laptop,
Yes, normally I am like dead against them, but I'm now in the situation.
especially after the Gordon
Yeah,
and hits.
but I'm
Just
now basically in the situation where I'm going to need one if the like work thing happens where I start
what
to work
about like
away.
a mini PC?
Because wherever I'll be staying, it's like I'm wanting to be like I don't know what situations I'm getting, my living situation, so it's like
Have like internet and stuff like that.
yeah, with a good laptop, I can basically set it up on a bed, I can set it up on a table. It's like
Yeah.
what I need. I can play me all the games I like, FM, 2K. That's what I basically want.
Yeah.
And if I want, I can upload videos.
Yeah. And the thing is, with some of the gamer laptops, I just feel like they're way too clunky. Like they're huge.
Oh,
You know what
I'll lean to the one I'm looking at them because it's complete opposite.
Mm. But like, sort of, it's like when you look back at Gordon's one, his Alienware, like it legitimately looked like something out of Star Trek.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, it does
Had
look
that many,
awesome.
it had that many vents and like fans and that. Can you remember you had to get that like heat sink under it because it was
Yeah.
just generating that much heat? It's
I'm
like
not gonna
holy
lie
shit.
though, Alienware laptops they do look good.
They do look good, but like there's a price to pay as you get third-degree burns on your leg
Mm.
or your balls or whatever. You remember
Oh,
when
yeah.
like, they're like, oh, don't put your laptop on your like crotch or whatever? Is that still a thing, or was that just
Oh,
like tail?
because it basically boils your semen.
Well,
It's like you're not allowed to spend too much time in hot tubs because that does the same thing.
well, random science facts with Connor and Anthony.
Yeah. And actually factually correct for once.
Yeah, makes a change, doesn't it?
It does.
But so we've talked about VR and all the game. Is there anything else that you maybe want to talk about? 'Cause I mean, there's only really one topic on here that's left.
Watch the Easton era.
Oh, do you want to talk, should we maybe talk about that, or do you want to keep it?
Well, this podcast is probably going to be out on the 27th. The first episode of the Easton era is coming out on the 26th at 3 o'clock. So while this podcast is out, the first episode will be out. So please check it out. It's a really good series. I'm really
Yeah,
enjoying doing it.
It's a football manager series.
It is.
Just did he state that? Did he say that or not? I don't think he did.
It
Did he?
is.
Yeah, it's a football manager series with. Is it a custom team or they're actually in the game itself?
It's lower league. It's like lower than the lowest league. I've added like custom leagues on that allow us to get into the 10th, 11th tier of English football where Easton is.
Mm.
So I'm playing with them boys.
Yeah, we're playing with our local team, and definitely check it out. I mean, I'm looking forward to watch it because Connor only mentioned to us today that he's doing it, so it should be quite interesting. So maybe leave some comments on there, you know, some suggestions, that sort of thing.
And it's got a really good intro if anyone likes intros.
As long as it's not, hey guys, come on here.
Oh no, me and Lee know whatever that we spent hours on it.
Yeah, I don't know if you do this, but like I watched quite a few people, and I've learned the intros like they don't really change.
Oh yeah, like you can kind of like nod your head to the tempo.
Yeah, it's like certain ones. Like I even get like the pitch and everything right when they like come in.
Yeah.
It's just funny as hell. Like I watch Non-Sunny, he's like, "Greetings, Minecrafters," like that. Like every time I get it spot on, it's just like I just chuckle to myself. Like, why is that a thing? But so the last topic that I've got here, I mean, we can obviously chat about something else if you want to, is on how Chris Marr will return at WrestleMania and save the whole show from being terrible.
Hmm.
So, what would the best case scenario be for him to return and save the show? Because, good lord, it might need saving.
Well,
Do
I've
you need
thought
some
about
time to
this.
think,
I've
or
thought about this too much. I've always said like a surprise tag team with him and Eddie Guerrero. That would be funny.
what's it? So what? To resurrect Eddie Guerrero as well,
Oh yeah.
and then go for what they call the Radicals.
Yep.
Mm. But I'm thinking more like the sort of the main event where like Roman Reigns like wins the title because you know Roman Reigns like
Aha, I've got it. Roman Reigns. He wins the title. Everyone's booing. And then basically the lights cut.
wasn't this the one on last week's show?
Then it fades back, and basically it fades back to Chris Benoit's face on Roman Reigns. He's ripped off his skin mask. Then all he hears do 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 do.
What so Chris Roman was Roman Reigns this whole time?
Yeah, and then he just goes over within the second.
That sounds amazing. Or do you like the whole like? I was kind of thinking, do you like with the whole Undertaker Hell in a Cell thing? Well, if like Shane McMahon's music hits, everyone's going crazy, and then like Chris Rock comes out disguised as Shane McMahon.
Comes he like pops through the canvas, kind of like Big Show style. Like
Yeah, or like Sid Valentine's Day Massacre just like rips through the ring.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be quite good. That.
it'd be an interesting one.
Since we've been doing this, I've legitimately made like half a fortune on this on ADS. So I'm probably like going through it. But like I looked at the card the other day and I was like, this card just looks shit. Like the ladder match might be decent. So the Intercontinental ladder match.
I'm staying hopeful.
Yeah. Like I kind of like going into things like being really cynical and then just being surprised if they're good. I don't know if you're like that, but like
Oh,
I love going in and being like, oh, this it's gonna be shit. I'm gonna hate it, and then when it comes along, if it's good, I'll be like, oh well, I was proved wrong. I guess I like being proved wrong, if that makes sense. In terms of
I'm
if
not
I
really sure.
because I thought the last one was gonna be shit, and it more or less was. I mean, there was a few decent moments, but I think that's probably just. I think that's just from watching it too much. Do you think? Just like expect too much. Do you think you expect too much as a fan these days, or?
I
'Cause I
wouldn't
kinda
say I
feel like I
expect too
do.
much. I like to think I expect a good quality standard, but I don't like expect too much because I kind of. A lot of people jump on the hate bandwagon, but I can sympathise in some ways.
Mm. So, have you seen the card, or do you want to get the card up so you can have a look at it?
I've seen like a lot of the card. I don't know if like about like the dark matches or like. But I've seen the main.
I think isn't the pre-show the tag one?
Yeah, I have seen the main cards though. So
Yeah. But I mean, when you sort of look at the card, I mean, sometimes the cards just naturally look crap. But hopefully there might be like a lot of good like wrestling. You know what I mean? Instead of like shitty quick matches. So I feel like some WrestleMania matches over the years have just been like crap. You know what I mean? Like, you remember like was it Kane Chavo Guerrero that was like 9 seconds or something like that?
yeah, the one I'm scared of is Shane McMahon. Is that I don't want to be like because it's either going to be really good because Shane's always been known as a good worker for the WWE when he was younger. Like he would put his body on the line.
Mm.
Like everyone.
It's kind of worried that like both of them are just gonna not really be like as physical because they're both like quite old and they've like sort
I
of
don't
like
know. I think the Undertaker, he's old, but he's conditioned. If you know what I mean. He's putting in work for this. He only has one appearance a year. He knows what he has to do on that one time a year.
yeah.
He br- It's
I
like
just I just hope they do some kind of like Hell in a Cell
I can't
spot.
remember who I said where I heard it from, but basically it's like the Undertaker can't put a 5-star match on at WrestleMania because he always wins. And he basically wanted to put over Angle so he could get that 5-star match because he knew he was who the one who managed to do it could do it.
Mm.
He was willing to like let his streak go for Angle to get a 5-star match, but Vince wouldn't let it happen to Angle.
Yeah.
Which because Angle believes he should never have been beaten, which I do. I think he should have retired.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it kind of ruined the whole thing. I mean, Brock Lesnar really doesn't need sort of putting over as a beast because he is. I feel like him winning the streak really didn't help Brock Lesnar in any way.
He
I
just
think
for
did you think
me,
it almost damaged Brock Lesnar?
I don't know why the Undertaker, because Undertaker's really old school. Like when it comes to wrestling, he tends to only lose to put over a young gun, and somewhat I don't know. Like Brock Lesnar's like his heart to that company is like the Rock's, like late Rock, early Rock, pretty loyal.
Oh, but you mean just like sort of like comes for a paycheck and then just
That's pretty much. He comes for a few like appearances. Fair enough. I understand if you only want to do like appearance, so many appearances. That's up to you. I know Brock's kind of like he kind of a bit like me. He's very unsocial, but I kind of get it. He doesn't like the traveling. Well, I understand because it's
I mean the traveling's probably is one of the
300 days a
harder.
year on the road, constant
Must be
training.
yeah.
I get why he's cynical about it, but there is
That's what you train for, though, isn't
there
it?
is people at that company who have put their whole heart. Like Undertaker's one of the best
Sacrifice
examples.
things and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like I was also watching it, reading as well, and it's like people who's been at the club for a long time. And know what the stupid thing is? At the franchise a long time. At the moment, the Miz is up there, and Hornswoggle is up there with like nearly 10 years, or over 10 years at the company.
And I hate both of them.
Exactly, because Vince fires every other talent. It's like there's like no one now who's. Well, I suppose the Big Show. He's probably been there for bloody.
Oh yeah, Big
When
Show's.
did he debut? After WCW in 90.
It was no. What? Where was it? It was Valentine's Day Massacre. I can't remember what year that was.
I'm pretty sure it was late 90s when he came in.
Might have been like 97. This is where Google comes in handy.
That's what I'm doing. 1999.
Oh,
St. Valentine's Day Massacre. It's when he bursts through the floor.
yeah, that was quite good. That.
It's
I don't know
funny
why I
though,
said
'cause
7.
how badly has that man been booked?
Oh yeah.
Like he had potential.
Like I said on the last one, Big Show should always be a heel
Yeah, thing is,
because it's a giant.
yeah,
Like
it's just
giant, you should be afraid of him.
Vince is like, oh, I need to put someone over. Who can we help do it? Oh, sure, he'll do it.
Yeah. So we need someone to put over a young talent. Let's give him John Cena. That never works.
I know. Thing is about Big Show as well. Like back when he first came, he was an athletic giant. But
Oh, he did like top rope moves occasionally.
but ever since, he's been booked wrong, and he's kind of had his problems. He's kind of got big. I don't know for what by, but
Mm. I mean, I think it's just the times as well. I think like people have just generally just got sick of him.
I used to really like him back in the early stuff.
Oh, I used to like Big Show K and a lot of them, but
He did top
as
rope
time
moves
goes
for a
on,
while.
I think it just comes down to your wrestling taste, like what you enjoy. I enjoy more technical with like high flying stuff as well. Like they don't offer that, so I'm just not interested
See,
in it.
I'm the kind of person who I can enjoy any kind of wrestling style as long as it's good. Like that's what I like
If the
about.
performance is good, I'll enjoy, but I don't know about enjoying every wrestling style.
I also really don't like the people who kind of like there's like a little bit of a funny, like a silly gimmick, and people hate it. It's like have a laugh. Know what I mean? It's like one funny thing in like a whole
Well, it
4 hours of.
depends how stupid it is though. If we're talking about like Santino or like Eugene,
Well, see, for
you
me,
can't
right?
enjoy them because they're
You've
just
got
shit.
you've got 4 hours of wrestling. There's probably like 10 minutes of something a bit silly. Just fucking like bite your tongue. You know what I mean? It's like just.
Yeah.
It's like mentalities like that. It's what makes people like
Mm.
kind of like
But since
grow
we've
up too
been,
quick.
I think we've talked quite a bit about wrestling on this. So would you be down for an idea of sort of like watching a match
Oh yeah.
together and like sort of commentating over it and sort of talking about different things? Because I mean, a lot of people don't watch wrestling. How I think you should
Do you
if
know
you
what
want
you
to
should do?
enjoy it.
You should
What?
get the free month on the network. Then we'll do it on that because then we'll get HD and we can sync up easy. Because there's
Yeah,
some.
I think most of the stuff is on YouTube.
Oh, I'm watching off the network. I'm not watching YouTube
Uh,
because on YouTube it's sped up, so it's.
I don't think they'll speed them. Well, if you find the full match, it won't be sped up.
Well, they have to though to stop it from getting taken down by the WWE.
Yeah.
The autos.
But let us know in the comments if you'd be interested in watching that.
That's what I'll do. Just activate the network for free, month trial, and then just we'll watch a few watch a
Yeah.
few matches.
I think it'd be quite interesting because I watch wrestling differently to how you might watch it.
I've been
Um,
watching it like
I,
crazy of late.
like I watch like the psychology, all the different sort of things, like the body movements, how they do all that sort of stuff, and like when you read between the lines, like you pick up on little things more, and you enjoy or hate people more because of what they're doing. You know what I mean? Do you know, like when you look back at people like sort of like Dusty Rhodes and all these old people, like all old sort of characters, like their ring psychology was like really unique, and they're like a lot of people a bit like robotic with how they move and how they talk and how they walk, and you know what I mean. Just like the characters are a bit blander. So I think that might be quite interesting. Maybe what we could do is maybe watch some like really old matches as well, like you know from like the 80s and that, like Hulk Hogan, like Randy Savage or something like that. Be pretty cool. But is there anything else you maybe want to talk about before we can wrap it up, or
Um,
because I can't really think of anything. We've talked about all the topics and we've talked
right.
about wrestling and stuff like that. I just think, I mean, is there any sort of maybe talk a bit more about what you've been playing if you've got anything to talk
Honestly, I
about?
haven't been playing that much at all.
Have you still been on XCOM or anything like that?
As of late, no. I mean, like, I was at work last week. I was like pretty busy, so
Right.
kind
Huh?
of just didn't
Hmm.
get a
All
chance
right.
to play as much games. And then obviously with Division dropping, that's still kind of like a thing in my little squad at the minute. So it's like,
How you find that? Are you still getting a bit bored of it?
a little bit, yeah.
So,
I've had a few days off it and came back on it. I enjoyed it a little bit more, but
yeah, I can remember you saying that you were getting a little bit sort of like with us
yeah,
because
we're getting a little bit miffed.
yeah, 'cause I think that happens with a lot of things to be honest with you. But
It was Destiny, but that kind of game though. It happened with me and Destiny, which has the same idea of a game, but it happened to me again. It's getting annoying though because it's
uh
starting to become a bit of a problem.
I think that's the thing with most games these days is that there's not enough retention rate where you can go on all the time and have something to do. You know what I mean? Like when I've been playing on Yakuza 5, which is rel I'm not sure when it came out. I don't know if it was last year or this year, but for PS3. Like there's so much to do in that game. Like apparently I was looking, Joe, and you look on the trophy guides and you see all the like rough estimations in there.
2012.
It's about 100 hours. It's over 100 odd hours. So when you like sort of like there's like that many side things to do, and that like all the main stuff as well.
Yeah, it's 2012, so it was released 4 years ago.
So like there's like that much to do like on it. It's just crazy. Like I always love the Yakuza games because there's so much to do and explore and find out and doing that. I think
Oh, that's one.
like it.
Do you know how we were talking about Western RPGs the other day?
All right.
Yakuza.
Yeah, Yakuza. Yakuza, I would honestly say is in like me top 3 favorite RPGs of all time.
I couldn't even do that list.
Yeah,
Because
it's Fallout, Skyrim, and Yakuza.
thing is though, as
They're
well, some people
my,
like if you think about it, Pokemon's technically an RPG,
yeah, it is.
and that's one of my favorite games.
When's
So
that new?
Pokemon Go.
I say new. No, the moon and sun or whatever.
I don't actually know if anything's been. Let's Google it. Don't know if anything's been like announced
Because
yet. I've got the 3DS, so I'm gonna be buying that shit.
so the thing is though, what are they doing to it? Are they making it sort of like what went from red to fire red?
They haven't said. They just said
Like that,
2016, so it's dropping this year.
right?
Um,
Because I was thinking, I was like, what if they did a fire red sort of thing where they update the graphics,
Well, that's
right?
what Fire Red was too. Red.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you do it for like each different one.
They
So
did
there's
that.
like
Well, they
something
already
like
have.
Ocean blue or something, and like Thunder yellow, and it's like upgraded versions of the graphics and the game.
They did do it to Pokemon. They made Omega Ruby, which is like an updated Ruby.
Oh,
That's
right.
I've been playing that recently. That game.
All right. I'm just booting up unabridged.
But I'm also actually reading here, and apparently it might be a playable vehicle.
A playable vehicle.
That'd be a bit odd. I think I might actually load up unbridged as well. Give it a go.
Yeah, but I think we could probably just wrap it up here because I think
Good little.
we've more or less covered every topic we can. So make sure to leave some sort of comments on what we've been talking about because we really want some comments
I
on.
thought it was a solid cast, so
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of stuff to talk about, and make sure as well to check out the Easant Nera. I've got it loaded up ready now to watch afterwards. So make sure you do the same. Make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, like, all that sort of good thing.
yeah. A quick
And
disclaimer with that series: the first episode might start off a bit slow because I have been in a hiatus from commentating for a while.
I mean, it is FM as well.
It is
so
FM, so
there's episodes to be slow
I
anyway.
kind of will grow into the series. Around the third episode, I start to get like back into my stride again. But
Oh,
it is a good episode. It is a good series though. So
yeah. So check that out, and hopefully we'll see you next week on another episode. See you later, guys.
thanks for watching.